Welcome to Little Explorers ABC Edition. What letter will we explore today? Get ready, because here we go! Hi guys, welcome to the ABC edition of Little Explorers. We're going to start exploring a different letter every week. So let's start with the ABC song. Are you ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? What letter do you think we'll do today? Today we're going to talk about the letter D. Dilly Dog's Dizzy Dancing by deRubertis. Dilly was a dancing dog. She loved doing her dizzy dances. Some of her dancing was very daring, and some was downright dangerous. Dilly Dog's dizzy dancing led to disaster after disaster. The kids at Alphabet School thought Dilly was a little daffy. They worried about Dilly. At dawn one day, Dilly was doing her usual dizzy dancing. She bounced on her bed as she did a wild dance. Suddenly, she hit the ceiling. Bang! Then she hit the floor. Thud. Dilly, called Daddy Dog, come downstairs and see what you've done. Dilly Dog felt dreadful when she saw the disaster. A flower pot was damaged. Daffodils were dumped on the floor. I'm sorry, Daddy, said Dilly with dismay. My dancing was a little too dizzy. Oh, Dilly, Daddy replied, I know you adore your dizzy dancing, but do try to be a bit more careful. The next day after school, Dilly danced down to the boat dock. She's a darling dog, whispered Dory Duck, who worked at the dock, but she's a tad dippy. She's definitely a dear, whispered Dory's helper Danny, but she's a tad dotty. Suddenly, Dilly decided to dance on the boat dock. She was not wearing a life jacket, and Dilly was dizzy from dancing. She darted, she dipped, she dove through the air. Be careful, cried Dory and Danny together. But Dilly Dog accidentally danced right off the end of the dock. The water was deep. Dilly was in danger. Without delay, Dory and Danny dove down into the deep, dark water. They dragged Dilly up. Dilly Dog paddled back to the dock. Whew! Dory and Danny Duck paddled beside her. Daddy Dog came dashing down to the dock. Dilly, you're drenched, said Danny, and you could have drowned. I'm sorry, Daddy, said Dilly with dismay. My dancing was definitely too dizzy. Dilly, said Daddy, it makes me sad, but I must ask you to stop dancing. Then he bundled her up and carried her home. Dilly Dog was feeling dreadful when she arrived at school the next day. She told Alpha Betty about the disaster on the bed. She told Alpha Betty about the disaster on the dock. Dilly hung her head and cried. Daddy is disappointed in me. My friends think I'm dopey. I'm really down in the dumps. Dilly's tears dripped on her dress. Don't be sad, Dilly, said Alpha Betty. You're a dear little dog. You just need to learn to dance differently. Then Alpha Betty said something that dumbfounded Dilly Dog. Did you know that I used to be a dancer? Alpha Betty asked. No, whispered Dilly. Yes, said Alpha Betty. I can show you delightful dances, dreamy dances, dazzling dances. Would you like to learn? Oh, yes, whispered Dilly. Alpha Betty did some dance steps. Dilly tried to do them too. Some of the steps were difficult. Some were demanding. But Dilly was determined. Dilly Dog danced home that day, but she danced differently than she had ever danced before. She waved to Dory and Danny Duck. They called, Hello, Dilly. You're doing a dandy dance today. Daddy, look, said Dilly when she arrived home. I'm done with dizzy dancing. Watch me dance now. Daddy was delighted with Dilly's new dance. Dilly, he cried, your dance is dazzling. Her smile was dazzling too, and Dilly never had a dancing disaster again. Well, almost never. You've been listening to Dilly Dog's Dizzy Dancing by deRubertis. Hi guys, it's time for our scarf play activity of the day. Today I am rocking a green scarf. What kind of scarf are you rocking today? It doesn't have to be a scarf. It can be a piece of fabric. It can be a napkin. It can be anything you can toss up and move around. Get that air flowing. All right, are you ready, my friends? Here we go. This one's called Toss Your Scarves. Toss your scarves, toss your scarves. Toss them way up high. Toss your scarves up in the air till they reach the sky. Wave your scarves, wave your scarves, wave your scarves. Twirl them round and round. Twirl your scarves one more time. Let them all fall down. We're going to do it one more time. Are you ready, guys? Toss your scarves, toss your scarves, toss your scarves. Toss your scarves up in the air till they reach the sky. Wave your scarves, twirl them round and round. Twirl your scarves one more time, then let them fall all down. Great job, guys! My D Sound Box by Jane Moncure. Little D had a box. We'll find things that begin with my D sound, she said. We'll put them into my sound box. Little D found dolls. She found all kinds of dolls. Dolls, dolls, dolls. One doll danced. One doll played a drum. Did little D put the dolls into her box? She did, but some dolls fell out. So little D said, I will turn this box into a dollhouse for the dolls and me. And she did. Little D made doll desks and doll dressers. She put them in the doll house. She made a dining room with a table. She put dishes on the table. Little D made doll dresses. She made all kinds of doll dresses. Then she dressed her dolls and took them for a drive in the desert. Little D made some toys for her dolls. She made ducks for some dolls. She made dogs for some dolls. She put the ducks and dogs into the dollhouse. One day, a doll was sick, so little D took the doll to a doctor. One day, a doll had a toothache, so little D took the doll to a dentist. One day, little D opened the door and found $1 and a dime. I will buy some donuts for my dolls, she said. We will have donuts for dinner. She put a dozen donuts on the dining room table. Why did she need a dozen? These are little D's word list. Dentist, desert, desk, dime, dining room, diner. Dishes, doctor, dog, doll, dollar, dollhouse, donut, door, dress, dresser, drum, duck. You have been listening to My D Sound Box by Jane Moncure. Hi guys, time to grab those homemade rhythm sticks so we can rock them again. Today I'm rocking a blue one and a red one. What are you guys rocking at home today? This one is called Tapping Our Opposites. Are you ready? We're going to tap them to the left, tap them to the left, tap them to the left, tap them to the right, tap them to the right, tap them to the right, tap them fast, tap them fast, tap them fast, tap them slow, tap them slow, tap them slow. Tap them in the air, tap them in the air, tap them in the air, tap them on the floor, tap them on the floor, tap them on the floor, tap them in front of you, tap them in front of you, tap them in front of you, tap them in back of you, tap them in back of you, tap them in back of you. You got it. We're going to move it up. Ready? Tap them fast. Tap them slow. Tap them to the left. Tap them to the right. Tap them in the air. Tap them on the floor. Tap them in front of you. Tap them behind you. One more time. Tap them fast. Tap them slow. Tap them in the air. Tap them on the floor. Tap them to the left. And tap them to the right. Tap them in front of you. And tap them behind you. Great job tapping your opposites. Dazzling Diggers by Tony Mitton and Aunt Parker. Diggers are noisy, strong, and big. Diggers can carry and push and dig. Diggers have shovels to scoop and lift, blades that bulldoze, shunt, and shift. Diggers have buckets to gouge out ground, breakers that crack and smash and pound. Diggers move rubble and rocks and soil, so diggers need drinks of diesel oil. Some have tires and some have tracks. Some keep steady with legs called jacks. Tires and tracks grip hard as they travel, squish through mud and grind through gravel. Diggers go scrunch and squelch and slosh. This dirty digger needs a really good wash. Diggers can bash and crash and break, make things crumble, shiver, and shake. Diggers can heave and hoist and haul. Diggers help buildings tower up tall. Drivers park neatly down on the site, and then they all go home. Good night. You have been listening to Dazzling Diggers by Tony Mitton and Aunt Parker. Hi guys, thanks so much for joining us for the Little Explorers ABC edition, letter D. We hope you had a dazzling time with us today. We began our day with Dilly Dog's Dizzy Dancing by Barbara deRubertis, published by Kane Press. I love Dilly Dog's exuberance for life and how much she enjoys every day, and I love that Alpha Betty had a little secret that she shared with Dilly Dog. Next, we read My Sound Box by Jane Moncure, published by Child's World. There are lots of D things in this book. Donuts, dogs. Maybe you look around your house and you find a D thing like a dad or a dog. Do you have a duck in your house? Maybe. What will you put in your sound box today? And last, we finished off our day with Dazzling Diggers by Tony Mitton and Aunt Parker, published by Kingfisher. We got to see all kinds of things that diggers do and a great little rhythmic tone there. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And last, we're going to learn how to write the letter D, both the capital and the little letter D. There's a big difference between the two. You ready? So our big letter D is a straight line down and then a half curve like a moon. And our little letter D is a circle and then a straight line down. Thanks for joining us for today's Little Explorers ABC edition, letter D. If you're following along at home, we are going to color in the letter D on our letter map. I chose red for mine. What color are you coloring your letter map at home?